everyone we've ever had contact with, every person we've met in the jet set, every family member we have is now poor.
There's zero. Net worth is zero.
Absolutely nothing. So like the crypto market has collapsed. This is what I was trying to say. Ethereum is in the toilet. Bitcoin is in the toilet. And more importantly, stable coins have become unpegged from their stability completely.
Unstable stable coins.
We are seeing a dramatic collapse. Now, we've seen resets. We've seen dips, as they call them. This one has felt dramatically different.
Because there were a couple big losses, including the DPEG, the Terra DPEG. Again, a stable coin that's supposed to be always worth $1 cannot be worth 60 cents, which it was. I think it was even lower at one point. Luna, in particular, I don't know the Luna story, but it
is wild,
tragic.
It deserves its own documentary. I've seen some of the most insane side stories off this, but Luna itself, a coin that was heavily invested and heavily liquid a month ago, billions of dollars of liquidity, is now worthless.
Yeah, actually worthless.
Worthless.
Less than a cent.
You know, it's just a funny thing because the same hype that could drive up the crypto market is the hype that can destroy it.
Yeah, crazy.
Because none of crypto, like normal stock or real estate, is backed by any kind of tangible good. It's all just IP and you know, proprietary potential.
Yeah.
It's not even proprietary, you know, property. It's proprietary potential, which is yo, this is going to be able to do. And so the same hype that could drive it up, when people start going nuts fudding on Twitter, that shit can go in the toilet. And that has far-reaching effects on both NFTs, on projects that you and I are either invested in or launching.
KSI, my business partner in Prime, lost $3 million.
RIP.
Gone. I personally have lost over $500,000 thus far. I will say though, if you believe in the tech and you believe in the function of cryptocurrency and you zoom out and go super macro, this is nothing. It's just another bump in the road. But that's really hard for a lot of people. A lot of people FOMO buy and then panic sell. You have to remove your emotions from this situation. And if you play the long game, you're going to win.
Well, more importantly than that even is just people not playing by the most important fucking rule, which is only invest what you're willing to lose. Because a lot of these people got into situations where they were over leveraged, where their mortgage payments were based on their ability to liquidate small levels of crypto. And like, dude, like this is getting ugly quick, because you're looking at a mass liquidation event. You're looking at inflation fears. You're looking at war. You're looking at, by the way, the crypto market has generally always in some way followed the regular markets, and the regular markets are shitting the fucking bed right now too. So even if you're a regular stockholder, you're still in a fucked up spot.
It's a little financially scary at times, and that's why I launched one of the most important projects in my life during the worst bear market we've ever seen in our lives. What the fuck was I thinking? I'm just kidding. Originals is doing fantastic.
Yeah. Crypto market's down, NFT market's down, Originals is up. A lot of people are down bad. So I want to add a little bit of value for the people that are still around. And I think that the audience watching this, and a lot of the younger guys watch it, and they think to themselves, I'm so far away from what he's doing, or from what Mike's doing, or from what George is doing. And that can be demotivating. And I was thinking about this today, and I was like, the base that we built silently and the time that we spent building that base is what allows us to make the plays that we make now. That daily grind, that vlogging, that vining, that building of your brand, that at points was silent or unliked or you know, not respected as much as it could have been, was what allowed you to do everything that you do now. And so I just thought of this message for the audience of people doing something that they don't exactly want to be doing right now, or aren't fulfilling their passion or their exact desire, to stay the course. because when you build a base, or what I like to consider a fortress from which you can fight from, and where you have room to retreat both financially and by way of feeling accomplished and proud of yourself, that's a very good feeling. And that is what allows you to do the things that you dream of doing.
Yeah. And it takes a while too. It takes a long time. Any real success, unless you win the lottery, takes, like, count on it planning or taking a decade. We were just at Daniel Arsham's studio, the artist, right before we came here. He was nice enough to invite us to his studio. Finally got to meet him. And the guy's one of the most talented artists, I think, alive right now. He's absolutely incredible. And he's showing us around his studio, and, 15 employees that are there. He's got a bunch working remotely, just and these sculptures and art that are so beautiful. And he's in fashion, and he's the creative director for the Cleveland Cavaliers, and he's making sick business plays and going to art shows. And I asked him, I'm like, dude, like, how your infrastructure is absurd. Like, what is the team? And I'm just picking his brain. And he goes, dude, you have to remember, I've been in the studio for 10 years. He goes, I've been doing this for a long time. And it even for me, it was a wake-up call, because I was asking him about, again, full circle, putting some actual real infrastructure around this team. We are way too skinny. And it just takes a long time to build the right team, the right people, and then accomplish the thing that you want to do if you're not already great at it. Like, sometimes that takes a lot of time too. Like, you got to work towards your craft. Dude, I've been a little stale on camera, like, for a majority of my life. Look at the one interview of me going to the wrestling state premieres. Like, Logan Paul goes to wrestling state. Like, watch me on camera. Like, I was not comfortable on camera, but then I just started doing it over and over and over again. Now it's been a decade plus, and like, this shit is breezy to me.
Automatic.
But it took forever.
That's a great note, because how many people you come across, especially in this day and age where the ability to create digital content is like kind of table stakes to get into the space. And even in business situations or whatever it is that you do for a living, the ability to create content around that is such an important aspect of just like being successful. And every person you talk to, or 98% of them, it always comes back to, I remember the first time I made a video and I was so uncomfortable, and I felt like that for the first 3 years of making videos, but now it's like second nature to me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's such an important learning lesson, because people don't want to see themselves on camera. People watching this show right now dread the idea of hearing their voice back. Do you remember hearing your voice back?
I'm not even talking about like any craft, dude. Like, unless you're like a prodigy or like inherently good at a thing, plan on it taking 3 to 5 to 10 years before you feel comfortable. Just comfortable. That's all I got.